Hello, friend. I want to tell you about the Volvo C30 car. The compact Volvo C30 was created with women in mind and was designed by women under the watchful eye of a woman. Women love it, but everyone can like the car. It is a good alternative to other compacts, on one condition. The Volvo C30 is positioned as a compact, but in practice, it is closer to something like a coupe, because it is certainly not an alternative to the Focus on which it was based or other C-segment cars. The reason is simple: only a three-door body with a small boot. In practice, it is a two-seater car for one person or a couple. It was supposed to be like that because it was designed not with a family in mind, but for a woman who didn't need a large trunk and most often had a friend as a passenger. And if you don't expect anything more from the C30, it's a really good car and one of the prettiest Volvos of those years. The biggest advantage of this model is its design based on the Ford Focus. Although many will say that it is a fake Volvo, it primarily means lower operating costs. Servicing a car equipped with one of the Ford engines is basically as cheap as servicing a Focus. The running gear is practically identical, which also makes the C30 the best driving Volvo of that period. The model's failure rate is not high. Mainly problems concern the engines themselves or the electrical equipment. That is why it is worth buying a C30 with one of Volvo's engines, a 5-cylinder diesel or petrol engine. I recommend in particular the naturally aspirated, petrol-powered 2.4 with 170 horsepower, which provides good performance, reasonable fuel consumption, and very high durability. Also the possibility of driving on LPG. A properly used engine is really long-lived. The same can be said about the 2.4 diesel, which easily withstands mileage of 400 to 500 kilometers. In addition, its design is simple and quite cheap, both in service and repairs, although it is worth remembering that 5 cylinders mean 5 glow plugs or 5 injectors. Both units were paired with manual and automatic transmissions. I recommend manual. Automatics are not durable, and after about 200,000 kilometers they require expensive regeneration. For the more economical, we can recommend smaller engines. There are basically no faults here, although the other petrol engines do not like LPG fuel. The basic 1.6 is already good, and the 1.8 with 125 horsepower gives quite good performance. The 2-liter with 145 horsepower offers even better, but not as good as the Arteon CDN. A great combination of good acceleration and low fuel consumption is offered by the 1.6 diesel. This is a well-known PSA design that appears in many models of different brands. It is not without its flaws, but servicing is not a problem and is not expensive. Better performance is provided by the more successful, also French, 2.0 diesel engine. Finally, a few words about the sports version T5, to which another engine was installed. It is also a 5-cylinder, but 2.5-liter design with very good performance and also with great tuning potential, which is often overused. The C30 in this version can be called a hot hatch or a sports car. However, it is worth realizing that repairs of this engine will be correspondingly more expensive than the others, although it was present in several models, including the Focus ST and RS. Common Volvo C30 faults: non-functional electronics and electrical equipment. Typical faults for diesel engines, especially 1.6 and 2.4 petrol engine throttle valve faults. Dirt. A broken accessory belt can destroy the engine. Automatic gearbox failures. Damaged cylinder heads in 4-cylinder gas-powered petrol engines. What to look for: models with Volvo engines. What to avoid: the tuned T5 version. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.